change my mind. Close your eyes and relax. Count backwards from 10, 9, 8, getting sleepy, 7, 6, 5, sleepier, 4, 3, 2, so relaxed, 1. Now just imagine if a parent is concerned about their child. Perhaps the child seems increasingly anxious. Maybe they're not functioning at the level that they normally have functioned. Maybe their schoolwork has decreased. Maybe they're not as social as they had been. They should seek help, just as they would if they saw their child was limping or in pain, physical pain. They would seek help. Imagine a drug that we could put into the human body and leave it inactive until we tell it when, where, and how we want it to act. Imagine that we use light to activate and deactivate this drug in the part of the body we want, for as long as we want, and at the intensity that we want. Imagine if there was an on and off switch that we could flip in our brains to treat conditions like depression or chronic pain. Now, imagine there's a vaccine that can do just that. A vaccine that will have a direct path to the brain using new rabies virus mutant strain for monosynaptic circuit mapping and manipulation, which permits optogenetic access to neural circuits. Now, let me tell you a story. Go deeper into relaxation. When a particular organ, namely the brain, has something go wrong, and it can result in conditions such as anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenia, autism, bipolar disorder, chemical dependency, all of which are a lot more common than we realize. 1 in 5 people experience one of those disorders, and basically everybody knows someone. According to a report from the CDC, the time between a parent's first concerns and the time that they gain access to an expert clinician takes, on average, 3.5 years. But not to worry, because Jeffrey Borenstein says it's a neuroscientist's duty to fix those genetic liabilities. He says, so my first piece of advice for parents is to trust themselves. If you have a concern, start by talking to your primary care physician. Your primary care physician is the gatekeeper for your child's health. Engage. Doctors are often concerned about access to treatment and whether the treatment is beneficial. So parents should know that primary care physicians often adopt a wait-and-see approach, which basically means a delay in the diagnosis. However, parents need to advocate for their child. I would recommend they take their child to a clinician who is an expert in the development of speech, language, and communication, and has some awareness of autism. Trust your instincts and pursue them until you are reassured otherwise. Do not accept old notions like this is just a temporary phase that your child is going through, or let's wait another year, let's wait and see. All of those things may alleviate the parent's anxiety, but they also delay action. So let's start from a science standpoint and assume that children are born with genetic liabilities. Whether or not those genetic liabilities translate into disabilities is something that I believe very much is within our power to influence through our actions. It's our responsibility. It's a partnership. It's a partnership that both in the past and in the present and in the future is always going to be guided by parents, because parents are always concerned about their children's well-being. So let's take a look at these wonderful helper viruses and genetic material that are going to be used to modify the neurons in the brain. We use these lentivirus vectors in gene therapy, which is a method by which genes can be inserted, modified, or deleted in organisms using lentivirus. Lentiviruses are a family of viruses that are responsible for notable diseases like HIV. Many such viruses have been the basis of research using viruses in gene therapy. But the lentivirus is unique in its ability to infect non-divided cells and therefore has a wider range of potential applications. To be effective in gene therapy, there must be insertion, alteration, and/or removal of host cell genes. To do this, scientists use the lentivirus's mechanism of infection to achieve a desired outcome in gene therapy. We use also SB40 cancer virus, HEL cancer virus, and the mutant rabies virus. Then what happens with the light focused on the brain after injection? It blocks out a part of the brain, like whiteout liquid paper whites out a sentence or a paragraph. 2 weeks after a single injection of virus containing the gene for an inhibitory opsin into the peripheral nerve, we see robust expression of opsin in neurons all the way down to the skin. As new light-emitting devices are developed and the viral injection techniques are refined, the potential is to flip neurons on and off like a switch. Now, I will count to 10 and you will slowly awaken. 1, 2, 3, awakening slowly, feeling refreshed. 4, 5, 6, eyes opening. 7, 8, more and more awake. 9, 10, wide awake. No more pain or bad memories. Perhaps implanting new memories. Fully awake and feeling great. Off you go now. We've got you under our care. We control your mind now. You have nothing to worry about ever again.